All right, welcome back to the live stream. Hopefully, get this text-to-speech stuff figured out here. Not sure if we're on here or not. Let's see what we got. Connections, reconnect. Alright, it looks like it's on a double repeat now, so. I think it's going to say it twice. I'm not sure why that is. Alright, let me reboot this phone again. Well, I'm not sure why it looks like it's connecting twice here, but just gonna have to deal with it. All right, welcome back to the live stream. Just a little west of Oakwood, Illinois now. Had some technical difficulties with the text-to-speech on the last one. It was repeating everything 7-8 times each for every comment, so. All right, we're gonna get back on Interstate 74 heading west here. That's nice. They put a big sign up to the left there. I can't see what traffic is coming. Miserable. Let people go.
Now merge onto the highway.
All right, if you're just joining in, my name is Johnny Dangerously. I'm an American truck driver, over-the-road truck driver. Been driving for almost 20 years now. Today I'm heading to Omaha, Nebraska. Watch out, bird. Currently on Interstate 74 heading west, just outside of Oakwood, Illinois. Just got some fuel. And I'm good to run for a long while here. I am starting this about 5 hours into my shift, so probably only going to run a few hundred more miles today or so. Probably going to be on this live stream for give or take hour and a half or so. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do post a lot of other short videos and long form videos on here as interesting stuff comes in. I'm hoping to have a little bit of time today. Later on, I got a bunch of videos to edit and upload and all that stuff. So Hopefully should have some of those up later on today. Well, looking a little muggy out here right now. Not sure if we got some rain coming up or what. Had some torrential downpours in Indiana yesterday. I was hoping we were maybe done with those for the weekend, but probably not. So currently heading Interstate 74 westbound, just outside of Oakwood, Illinois here. Just filled the tanks up, heading to Omaha, Nebraska. Looks like there's going to be some weather up here at some point. Definitely looks a little muggy, a little overcast right now. Haven't paid too close attention to the radar today. I do have a text-to-speech program which may or may not work that will play your comments through my truck speakers so I can communicate going down the highway here. I just started a live stream before this one, and I was repeating everything 8 times, so I had to get pulled off and end that one and start a new one. So not sure if it's going to do that again or not, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So I have about 500 miles left to make it to where I'm heading. I'm doing a round trip, so I have to turn around and come back to Anderson, Indiana. I have until midnight Tuesday to get there. The only bad thing is I don't have a lot of hours to work on my logbook. I'm up against my 70 every single day, and I'm allowed to work 70 hours in an 8-day period. On day 9, I get the hours back from 8 days prior to that, so that's called a recap. I'm currently on day 21 of working in a row, so I've been on a recap now for 13 days. Right now I only have 8 hours and 41 minutes left on my 70. I only get 4 hours and 40 minutes back tonight, and then 7.5 hours back the next night, and I still have, let me see, 1,150 miles to do, so I have no idea how I'm going to pull this off. Definitely every red light I hit, anytime I got to stop and pull off, costs me valuable time. So we'll see if I make it or not. I'll try to put a live stream on here at some point on Tuesday. You guys can see if I make it or not. If not, I have to deliver this load late, which is usually not an option. I thought I had enough hours to cover this. Now I'm starting to question that. It was a nice trip, 1,300 miles altogether, so I did not want to turn it down, but I have to make the delivery on time. Not sure if I'm going to be able to legally do that or not. I'm going to work every angle I can to save 30 seconds here, a minute there. if I hit a major backup or an accident, I can't afford to sit not moving in traffic for an hour, so I would basically have to hit the shoulder and put some magic on my logs, basically go off duty, which is basically not allowed. So we'll see what it holds here. Alright, let's get back in the right lane. So let's see, I'm at the mile marker in 188 right now, got about 188 miles left until we hit the Iowa state line. I'm going to run this live stream. I'm going to try to run it for maybe about an hour and a half today, give or take. We'll see how it all works out. So, but thanks for joining in. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I do put a lot of other videos up during the week. I am trying to do 2 or 3 of these live streams, at least 2 or 3 of these live streams a week. Did one yesterday. The footage was a little choppy as far as a bad signal goes, so hopefully today's is better. I am going to be in some rural areas, so yeah, it might not come out any better today, but we're going to give it a shot, see what happens. Looks like we might have some construction coming up here. Looks like an army convoy on the other side of the road there. It's probably the reserves out doing their thing. So I do have forward-facing radar, and everything's tied into the tractor computer, tied into the forward-facing camera. So the car in front of me is currently going 68 miles an hour. I'm currently running 69. Now they just dropped down to 66. So once I get too close, you'll hear my truck beep. That's going to be warning, distance warning signal. All right, they sped back up to 69. I got 282 feet in between me and this car in front of me, according to my radar. Now they're going 70. Hopefully they increase the speed, or I'm going to have to pass them going a mile an hour faster. Lower speed limit here anyways. Wah, wah, wah. All right, does not look like my text-to-speech is currently working here. Hopefully it'll kick in at some point.
Over speed limit.
All right, just going through some construction right now. All right, if I can get this text-to-speech to work now, we'll be doing all right. So if you're just joining in, thanks for joining in. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Sonar 001 says USA.
Yeah, so I'm from the Columbus, Ohio area. Grew up in Youngstown. I used to take my home time down in Columbus. I don't go home very often. I usually stay out for a good 6 to 8 weeks at a time. I love traveling, love what I do, love getting to see the country. My current job is I hit 25 or 26 states.
001 says in from India.
India, sweet. India is a big, big country, so I would ask where at in India, but I'll have no idea where that's at when you tell me. So, but thanks for joining in. Thanks for checking out my live stream. What time is it in India right now? Would it be about 5 p.m. maybe 6 p.m.? Yeah, and as far as diesel prices go, yeah, they have come down quite a bit. I think the...
At Proof Garage Sonar 001 says is 8:17 p.m.
Oh, wow, I was way off on that guess. So, 8:17. Right now, it is 9, almost 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time in the Central Time Zone in the United States. So that's quite a bit of a difference there. So in a 45-mile-an-hour construction zone right now. So can't wait to get out of this. But yeah, diesel prices are down a little bit over the last few weeks or so. I remember, I think the highest price I paid for diesel was $6.64 a gallon. That's what the pump price said it was anyways. These companies get a much better deal than what's on the pump price, but I have no idea what it is. But I get about 7 miles at a gallon, so it's $6.64 a gallon. That's almost $1 a mile just for fuel to go down the road. I mean, that is expensive. So I've heard out in California is even more expensive by probably $1.50 or $2 a gallon more. But yeah, hopefully the prices come down. Hopefully they stay down. People can't, people can't afford this shit. So. But if you're just joining in, my name is Johnny Dangerously. I'm an American over-the-road truck driver. Been driving for almost 20 years, about 19 years now. And absolutely love what I do. I love going to all the different places I get to see. Every once in a while I get to hang out, check out, wherever I'm at and the local scene and everything. But it's so cool to have friends all across the country, places to visit all across the country. But yeah, but I'm happy to be able to get to share some of my trips and travels and stuff with y'all. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do post a lot of other videos, short videos, long form videos up as interesting stuff happens out here. I am hoping to do kind of like a daily diary, daily vlog, whatever you call it. Starting in the fall, I'm adding like 5 or 6 more cameras in and gonna edit like a little 3 to 4 minute video together every day, showing where I start at, where I end at.
Proof Mirage Sonar 001 says USA roads are so smooth, but like in India, highways are good, but the city or village roads aren't that good like USA.
Yeah, and it's a bit of that here too.
Over speed limit.
The highways are usually in better shape than a lot of the surface streets are, but I'm sure our surface streets are much better than the ones that you deal with in your cities and everything. But it's still frustrating no matter where you're at. I mean, even some of the highways here, especially in Indiana, I pick on Indiana, but they have some truly horrible roads that they just have not well maintained. And I mean, there's trucks that crash. They're going 65, 70 miles an hour, hit a pothole and lose control and jackknife, flip over. It's just, but it's expensive. Roads are expensive, concrete, asphalt, whatever it is, and it's tax money to do that stuff, so. So currently driving across Illinois right now, heading to Omaha, Nebraska. So I won't actually make it to Omaha until tomorrow. I'm in a very, very low hours of service situation here.
Over speed limit.
I am not actually over the speed limit. I have a speed limit on my GPS, which is not connected to the tractor. And it's incorrect. The speed limit's 70 miles an hour right now. I am going 70 miles an hour. But you're probably going to hear that many, many more times because it's stupid. So, Proof Vera, what do you do for work?
Proof Mirage Sonar 001 says I am student.
Oh, cool. What are you going to school for? What's your major? Alright, let's pass this person here. So even though it's pretty bright outside right now, and the clouds up ahead just look a little muggy, a little overcast. So I did not look at the radar before I started driving out this way, but I'm going to venture to say gonna have some rain or storms coming up here at some point. So which will do nothing but slow me down out here. And I gotta move as fast as I possibly can. I'm in a very low hours situation. Might not even have enough hours to complete the mission I'm on, but I'm gonna give it everything I got and pull out every stop that I can to make it happen. So. I feel like I've already passed that truck. I just passed it right there. So, had that 45 speed limit construction zone. He probably came around me in that. Oh, more construction coming up here. Right lane closed ahead. I thought there was going to be a bunch of these small construction zones along the way.
At Proof Garage Sonar 001 says I just completed senior secondary or junior college in India. It's like you say high school in USA 12th grade.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, congratulations. Alright, I gotta lower my speed here. So these trucks, new trucks out here, they have so much technology in them. The camera ties into my truck's computer, ties into everything, so they control overspeed, how much over the speed limit I'm allowed. I'm allowed 5 miles an hour here. If I go over 5 miles above the speed limit, the camera picks it up, sends it in to my safety people, and I'll hear about it, get written up, get talking to. Same thing with stop signs. If you don't stop fully and completely the stop sign, they know about it. It sends them a video of you doing a rolling stop or just blowing a stop sign. Same thing with red lights. You run a red light, they know about it. Hard brakes are monitored. If I hit the brakes, jam the brakes on, they know about it, and I'll get talked to about it. The sound you just heard was what's called a lane departure warning. So I hit the line on the left a little bit there, and it like sends out an audible warning in case you fall asleep or something. It does not want you to crash. Then the radar I have on here also monitors the speed, the overspeeds, the traffic in front of me, so on and so forth. But it also, if there's stopped traffic in front of me and I don't see it, it will actually apply the brakes for me so I don't plow into a bunch of stopped traffic. So, which is a good idea, except that collision warning starts beeping and going off when there's nothing around. And if I'm on an icy road and it just locks the brakes up out of nowhere for no reason, you know, it could be very deadly. So, you know, every time I hear that collision warning go off and there's nothing there, it always strikes a little bit of fear in me, because when it locks the brakes, it locks the brakes. You know, your seatbelt's gonna, you know, if you're not ready for it, you know, it's gonna, you know, probably break a couple ribs, your collarbone maybe. So, but I'll have cars turning in front of me, and this collision will pick it up. When they're off the road, they'll think it's still on the road, and I'll go to hit my gas and it'll lock the brakes up. So just at like 5 or 6 miles an hour, you know, when it locks them up, and you know, you feel it in the seatbelt. So it's not cool on that aspect of it. So, all right, we're out of the construction now. Increase my speed here. Again, I'm not over the speed limit.
At Proof Garage Sonar 001 says the population isn't that much in the land area of USA is big, so we can't see much chaos there.
Yeah, you're talking about where you live? Not very populated?
Prithviraj Sonar 001 says, are you driving long nose truck?
I am not. I have never driven a long-nose Peterbilt or Kenworth or anything like that, and it's never really bothered me that I haven't. I mean, it's definitely easier to drive. I'm driving a Freightliner Cascadia right now, which is just basically a very common fleet vehicle for bigger trucking companies to use. But as I go farther into my driving career and the older I get, I really would kind of like to drive a long nose, and I think it'd be super cool. I love those trucks. So, but they're a lot more difficult to back into a parking spot, backing into docks, because you do have, it is longer overall than the truck I'm driving by several feet, but it would still be pretty cool. Those trucks are so interesting. They get the louder Jake brakes, which are the brrr, brrr sound when they're slowing down. I know it annoys the shit out of people, but I think they're pretty cool. So all right, let's pass this truck. They're going 63 miles an hour. I'm currently going 70.
At Prithviraj Sonar 001 says, those are massive big giants and good looking.
Yeah, they really are super cool. I mean, and they last forever. I mean, you rebuild those trucks, I mean, for 30, 40 years. I mean, you never have to take those trucks off the road. You know, the truck I'm driving right now, most companies buy them brand new and they'll run them for 3 or 4 years and then they'll trade them in because it's just cheaper per mile. Maintenance wise, you know, they run matrices to determine when their costs per mile jump at what point in ownership, and then they'll get rid of it as soon as the bell curve changes on that. And but these mass-produced trucks, like what I'm driving right now, just simply were not made to drive millions and millions of miles over their lifetime. I mean, I don't even know that you would even want to rebuild one of these engines. I think most trucks you can get about 900,000 miles out of before you would need an engine rebuild. But I don't even know. Everything else on this truck, the shocks, suspension, body, would just be falling apart. I mean, they just definitely don't make things like they used to. But those long nose trucks are built for heavy duty use, for super long-term rebuilds, and they're a lot more expensive too. I don't know the exact dollar figure, but the truck I'm driving right now, I think was give or take right around 165,000 US dollars just for the truck. I mean, the trailer brand new is probably $80,000 to $90,000 just for a dry van, 53-foot dry van long trailer. So, but yeah, I was owner operator before. I had a Freightliner Columbia. It had 1.2 million miles on it when I bought it, but it had a Caterpillar C12 engine in it. It was 2002. I bought this in 2012, and I ran it up to 1.9 million miles, and the engine still ran good, but I felt like it was getting close to needing rebuilt. And because it was one of these mass-produced fleet vehicles, I didn't want to. I mean, the rest of it was absolutely falling apart. I had duct taped, zip tied, and black siliconed it pretty much together at that point. So I went ahead and parked it and went back to being a company driver. Did not want to buy one of these newer trucks just because of all the extra EPA systems on here. It's called a diesel particulate filter, and it runs this diesel exhaust fluid, which is called DEF, and just massive problems. The filters are expensive, cleaning the filters, and the profit margins from being a company driver to owner operator nowadays over here are not very large, and you can make a lot of money being a company driver, and I didn't want to risk a guaranteed payday to possibly not making any money in a year because I'm spending money rebuilding an engine or all on maintenance repairs and so on and so forth. So, but if I ever went back and bought another truck, pretty sure I'd buy one of those long nose Kenworth Peterbilts. But the bad part about that is those things probably only get about 5 to 6 miles per gallon. So the cost of running that is a lot, exponentially higher than it is one of these fleet vehicles like I'm driving. So always a trade-off to drive something cool. But I'd have to get the numbers to work, and I don't really think I'll ever be owner-operator ever again anyway, so. All right, just cruising along Interstate 74, heading west right now, on my way to Omaha, Nebraska. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do put a lot of other videos up during the week, short videos, long form videos. Going to be running this live stream maybe for another hour or so today. I try to come on, do maybe 2 to 3 live streams a week. Mainly weekends is when it's easier for me to do so. My schedule's a little quieter. Traffic sometimes is a little more quiet, and I can really focus on chatting with y'all and everything. So I do have a text-to-speech program that sends your guys' comments through my truck speakers so I can communicate with y'all, which is totally super cool. I mean, to talk to someone on the other side of the world while I'm working, how cool is that? So. Expecting to run into some weather at some point. Not really sure what's in the forecast, but it's looking a little muggy up here, so. Slower moving RV up here.
At Proof Garage Sonar 001 says, in what countries have you traveled?
Traveled. I've been to Canada, been to Mexico, and the Dominican Republic. That's pretty much it. So, which I loved it. I mean, I love to travel, but don't make it overseas outside of here too often. There's enough stuff to keep me busy. It was a big tourist area, so but it was super cool. Loved it. It was great. And that was almost 10 years ago now that I was there. 9 years ago maybe. So what about you? Have you traveled anywhere?
Proof Garage Sonar 001 says no.
Cool. Well, maybe one day you'll get the chance to. India's a pretty big country though, so heck. You can travel around India and stay busy for a very, very long time. What's it like where you live? Are you in like a big city, smaller village? Well, looks like the pavement is a little wet here, so it looks like some rain or some type of weather recently moved through here. Still looking muggy up ahead. Truck in front of me going 64 miles an hour. Gonna have to get around him. Let's go ahead and do that now. I usually don't like to get over this far back to make a pass, especially on when there's only 2 lanes here. But my lane departure or my distance warning signal will start going off, and if that does it too many times or I get much closer after that, now I'm gonna have to hear about it from my safety guy, and you know, I prefer not talking to that guy, to be honest with you. So the lane I'm in now is a little bit wet, but the lane in the right lane is not wet, so it must have been raining on the left side of the road and not on the right side of the road a little while ago, I guess. So currently heading Interstate 74 westbound. I started this live stream just outside Oakwood, Illinois. I'm almost at Bloomington, Illinois right now.
One says I live in town like it's town on paper by government, but I think it's actually a village by facilities.
Okay. What's the population where you live? So just outside of coming up on Bloomington, Illinois here.
01 says 45,000 people by Google.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not small then, so that's a pretty decent sized population.
At Salinodril69 says the voice sound like I am coming off Xanax binge.
That's hilarious. I was using a different text-to-speech program and could not get it to work last week, and so I had to download another program, and I don't really have a lot of options as far as the sound of the voice that plays through. I can like change the speed and the pitch of it, but nothing I do really makes it sound any better, so sorry for that. But I have to make it a sound that I'm able to hear playing through my speakers, so I know it's probably pretty annoying, especially if you actually are coming off a Xanax binge, so. And I haven't figured out how to get the comments, like the typed comments, to show up on the live stream after the live stream's done. When I set it to public, like all the comments are like gone, so I cannot figure out how to do that. So at least there's some audio of it on there, so if anybody watches it, they can hear what's going on, see what's going on. But I wish I could figure out how to carry all these comments over to the the public viewing of it after the live stream's finished. But hey, I'm just a truck driver. I don't know how to work any of this shit, so. But hey, if you're just joining in, thanks for checking out my live stream. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I do post a lot of other short videos, long form videos up as interesting stuff happens out here. I am trying to do a kind of like a little TV show type of thing coming up in the fall. I have to add a lot of other equipment in, so very, very difficult to get monetized on YouTube, so I definitely need a lot more subscribers. I have to buy like 5 more cameras. I'm going to be running anywhere from 6 to 8 cameras at a time when I'm shooting this footage for this like little daily 3 to 4 minute video that basically covers my day from the start to finish. And then I got to edit all that stuff together. I don't know how I'm going to do that while I'm trying to work 14 hours a day out here, but hey, I'll figure it out some way. But if you can hit that subscribe button, it's much appreciated. Currently coming up on Bloomington, Illinois, and on my way to Omaha, Nebraska. So I'm going to run this live stream today for maybe another hour or so, give or take. I try to come on here and do some live streams over the weekend. If I can get on here during the week at all, I try to, but it's complicated. But possibly could do one tomorrow. Usually I don't know where I'm going, like a day, 2 days from now. I have no idea where I'm going to end up, where I'm going to be. I do run about, I'd say maybe 26, 27 states. I don't run all 48 states in my current position. I am going to be switching jobs in a couple months where I will be going all 48 states, so get some more interesting footage, get to stop in some places, see some old friends I haven't seen in many, many years. So I was doing a regional dedicated account for, about 10 years or so. So I was only within about a 500 or 600 mile radius of Ohio for the vast majority of that. It was my least favorite type of driving. I love being over the road, checking out new places. I get bored pretty easily. So, but it paid a lot of money, a lot more than what I'm getting paid now. So I had to go get that money for a while. So, but as soon as that went sour money wise, I came right back to over the road. So this is what I enjoy the most. All right, guy in front of me going 63 miles an hour. I'm about to back off a little here. Got a couple pickup trucks with campers coming up on the left here. I don't want to set my distance warning signal off too badly here. Come on, people, get around me.
At Prithviraj Sonar 001 says the temperature in my area is 96 degrees right now at night, but at afternoon it's like 110 degrees on an average. So frustrating without an air conditioning system.
Holy smokes! Wow, that's pretty hot. Especially not having air conditioning. Man.
Over speed limit.
Right now, it is 77 degrees Fahrenheit where I'm currently at. It was, I think it went down to like 67 degrees last night, so it'll probably, maybe not today, but it'll get up to maybe 90 degrees, I think, this week. It'll be the warmest during the day, but holy crap, I mean, when I had my owner-operator truck, I did not have any air conditioning while I drove. It was broke. I'd spent some money to get it fixed. It did not fix it. I read some stories about people spending $6,000-$7,000 to fix their air conditioning, replace every single component, and it still didn't work. And I was like, hell no, no way I'm going to spend that kind of money and have no guarantee that it's going to work. So I would just roll my window down when I drove. Now, when I would be down in Laredo, Texas, along the southern border there, I mean, it would be 110 degrees out. But, you know, I still had a breeze coming through. Now, I did have a generator in the sleeper portion of my tractor when I was on brakes. I did have air conditioning when I slept. I mean, it would just be too miserable without that if I didn't have that. So, but yeah, I do not envy you having to deal with those temperatures without air conditioning. My goodness. Hopefully you got a swimming pool nearby. Well, getting a little darker sky-wise up here. I bet you if and when it starts raining out here, the temperature drops, at least while it's raining. So probably a little bit of a cold. Well, that sign says missing person, gray Dodge van, lists an Ohio license plate number. So I'll keep my eyes open for that. Well, now the sky's lightened up a bit, so maybe I won't get any weather here. Hoping for no weather, that'd be cool. white lane's gonna end right up around here. Start getting over now. Well, there's that. There's those dark skies again. The roads are looking a little juicy right now.
Over speed limit.
I am not over the
Adder
speed limit.
underscore Manaskumar says which country are.
I'm in the United States right now, in the state of Illinois, on my way to Omaha, Nebraska. Which, if you know who the Oracle of Omaha is, that's where Warren Buffett, the renowned American investor, lives, is Omaha, Nebraska. I will not be having lunch with him, so, or meeting him, or probably ever speaking to him, so. But that's where I'm on my way to anyways. Good old Omaha, Nebraska. I have not been in the state of Nebraska in at least 10 years, so I did the annual gig for all those years and definitely never made it over to Nebraska. I was kind of way outside of my range there. So not sure, I'm hoping my signal holds up here. As soon as I get past this Bloomington, Normal, Illinois metro here, could be quite rural and spotty, so hoping the signal holds up.
Adder underscore Manaskumar says what's a AQI in UK?
Whoop, got a truck on the shoulder here, got a car next to me, not going to be able to get over. I get up to the top of the lane, give it some room. There we go, the car moved over when it was already too late for me to move over. Oh well. Win some, you lose some. I don't know what AQI is. in the
Adder
UK.
underscore Manaskumar says AQI please.
I don't know what AQI is. What is AQI, if you don't mind me
Adder
asking?
underscore Manaskumar says air quality index. Google it.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure what the air quality index is right now. It's not something I really pay that close attention to. But obviously I can't Google it going down the highway right now. But if you wanted to do it, I'm in Bloomington, Illinois. And that's where I'm currently at. I don't remember there being any air quality alerts for the day. Sometimes if I listen to the National Weather Service forecast, if there is an air quality alert, they'll put something out there. So
At Fruit Firaj Sinar 001 says no swimming pool nearby in my village, whole time inside concrete house, but I have an air cooler, doesn't give cool air by the way at this temperature, and it reaches 90 degrees at 9:30 a.m. so there are no way.
wow, that's brutal, Ruth. I mean, that's probably definitely unhealthy. Not good for, you know, if anybody that has heart issues or lung issues, elderly, I mean, those kinds of temperatures can be deadly, so.
Adder underscore Manaskumar says no, he is fake.
After 1 mile, use the right lane to take exit 163. and
Who is fake?
to the Interstate 74 west towards Peoria.
Adder underscore Manaskumar says 90 and insane.
Yeah, and then 110 during the day for the high temperature. So that's pretty brutal with no air conditioning. All right, I-74 merge ahead. I'm gonna get left here. Gonna have some oncoming traffic here. Oh, shit, I'm supposed to be Interstate 74. Ha! Whoops-a-daisy. Let's go this way.
At Group Garage Sonar 001 says, bro, you can check right now, search, I can say my village name. At _Manaskumar says nice.
All right, well, I'm glad I did not miss my exit here because my hours of service are so low, I cannot afford to waste any time having to stop and turn around.
Manaskumar says, what's a rage and name?
My name is John. I go by Johnny Dangerously. It's not just a name, it's a way of life. Now, I'm 48 years old. Just turned 48 last month. All right, another lovely construction zone here. Oops, I'm going way over my overspeed here. Better slow down, or I'll have to talk to my safety guy later, and I definitely don't want to do that. So, Manas Kumar, where do you live in the UK? So if you're just joining in, thanks for checking out my live stream. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do try to do a few of these a week. Am getting out to a pretty rural area right now. Not sure how my signal's going to hold up. As possible, I might drop it, and that will end this broadcast if that does happen. But please hit that subscribe button. You'll be able to get back on. I think I might try to do one tomorrow. I just got to see how my time's running and everything. My hours of service are in really bad shape right now. So, but my delivery window is wide open until the end of Tuesday. So I do have some time to get everything set up. A lot of setup and tear down with all the different programs and separate phones and stuff I use for this. Hey, I got some raindrops on the windshield right now. Hopefully I'm heading away from whatever weather's coming into here. Well, that sound you heard is letting me know there's a way station in 2 miles. I have very little weight on right now, so no possibility I'm overweight. But if the way station's open and I stop, they can pull me around back for an inspection. At any given point, there's different levels of inspections, a level 3, a level 2, and a level 1. A level 3 is just a paperwork check. A level 2 is a paperwork and mechanical check, walk around, and then a level 1 is all of that, and then they go underneath my truck and check brakes, axles, shocks, everything. I just had a level 1. I was in Maryland back in January with flying colors, so you never know how those things are going to go. Any little thing they can find, they can write you up for. Certain things they find, they can put you out of service, and you're not allowed to move that truck until they get fixed. So let's see if this weigh station is open or not here. About a mile away from it now. So I use an app called DriveWise. So it's not pre-pass. Those little scanner things you see above the highway right now are for pre-pass. Can't wait to get out of this construction zone. That weigh station is closed. I can see more than 4 letters lit up on that sign I'm coming up on here, so no worries here. I get to keep going. Speed limit's now going to be 55 instead of 45. Come on, let's go to 70. So the sound you heard just said pull in unless they're closed. So I was not approved to bypass this if it was open. Fortunately, it is closed. Oh. Illinois has got some ridiculously long construction zones. If my overspeed was higher or my overspeed was not monitored with the AI technology I have on this truck, I would definitely go a little quicker. Illinois is very lenient with overspeeds in certain areas of construction zones, especially when there's obviously not even anything going on right here. No construction being done. I would totally be ripping 65 miles an hour here if it was not for all this AI crap that would get me in trouble. So, and I'm really low on hours. I need every minute I can get in order to deliver my load on Tuesday that I pick up from Omaha, and this is going to cripple me. So I'm only allowed to work 70 hours in an 8-day period. I can drive 11 hours in a 14-hour period every day, so I can be in a dock getting loaded or unloaded for 3 of those 14 hours and still drive 11 hours, or I could be getting loaded and unloaded for 6 hours and still drive for 8 hours. So I can drive 11 hours in a 14-hour period. I can work 70 hours in an 8-day period. To reset those numbers, I would need to take 34 hours consecutive off, and that would reset the 70-hour 8-day clock back to full allotment of everything. Now if I get to day 9, I get the hours that I worked days ago back for day 9. So that's called a recap. That's currently what I'm doing. I am on day 21 right now. So my logbook's been running for 21 days straight. Very low on hours right now. I only get 4 hours and 41 minutes back to work for tomorrow on top of what I have left from today. And I get 7 hours and 30 minutes back to work on Tuesday, and I have a lot of miles I need to do with those few amount of hours. So you'll have to check back in. I'll try to put an update whether or not I made it or not. It is going to be close. Probably won't know until a few hours before whether I end up making it or not making it. Oh my goodness, there's no construction going on. Still showing the speed limit being 55 miles per hour out here. This is absolutely ridiculous. I need to move faster. Definitely raining now. Alright, once they get past this get on ramp, I'm just going to hit it. I don't even care. My safety guy's going to have to give me a call and deal with me. So usually they should have a speed limit sign right after I get on here. Let's see if it's 70 or 55. I bet you it said 70. probably ended way back there. They never put a speed limit sign up for it, so. Yeah, it does say 70 on it, you sons of bitches. God, you gotta ruin my life like that. Government. Good old government. Alright, let's hit the gas. Let's go 70. There's the speed limit sign. Sons of bitches.
Over speed limit.
Well, you can see some low, well, maybe it's not picking it up very well with the camera, but I can see some low clouds hanging over these fields here, so just a light rain right now, nothing too serious. Well, seeing some brake lights up here. Alright, what's going on? Alright, car on the shoulder. I got traffic next to me. I definitely like to get over here, but I cannot right now. I'll slow down a little, get up left.
Over speed limit.
I am not over the speed limit. I wish I could go over the speed limit here. Well, looking a little brighter up here. Maybe that means the rain's going to come to an end. Yeah, those are some interesting looking clouds up there. Pretty low hanging clouds. So if you're just joining in, welcome to the live stream. I am currently heading Interstate 74 westbound in Illinois, on my way to Omaha, Nebraska. If you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do put a lot of short videos, long form videos during the week as interesting stuff happens out here. Trying to build my channel up a little bit here. I do try to do a couple live streams a week, usually over the weekend. If I can do one during the week, I try to fit one in. A lot of variables on figuring that. Well, it looks like the rain is tapering off a bit. That's a good thing. Cars usually drive slower in the rain than they do in the ice and snow for some reason. And I don't need anything holding me up time-wise. Very, very low on hours. Got to be as productive as possible if I want to even have a chance at making my living on time. So. Looks like I'm 11 miles away from Peoria, Illinois. So the mile markers in most states kind of ascertain how many miles are left till a state line. So I'll get a mile marker reading up here. So they descend from east to west, ascend from west to east. So I'm at the 110 mile marker here. I'm heading west. So that means I have 110 miles left till I reach the Iowa border. So the even-numbered interstates in the United States constitute east and westbound interstates, and odd-numbered interstates constitute north and southbound interstates. A lot of U.S. routes fall along those same lines, but not all of them. Even east to west. Odd, north to south. So I'm gonna ride with y'all till we get through Peoria. Probably gonna find a rest area shortly after that. I gotta grab some lunch. I'm starving. So I'll go ahead and wrap the live stream up at that point. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hopefully I'll run into y'all again on here sometime. But we probably got a good 30 minutes or so left till I'm gonna wind it down. So my signal might be getting a little rough. I'm very rural right now, and it's only going to get more rural, if I can say that right. Does not look like I've lost connection at all yet. I'm just not sure how good the signal is right now. Well, got a semi truck up on the shoulder here. Go ahead and get over. So most truck drivers will change lanes if there's a car or a truck on a shoulder here for a couple of different reasons. First off, I don't want to hit the guy. You don't want a tire to explode or anything when I'm going past them, type of stuff. But it's also that traffic behind me can see that there is something on the shoulder up there. Open up the sight vision. Roadways are some of the most deadliest spots on Earth. I think the last year they released for the U.S. was 2023 or 2024, and there was 43,000 deaths on United States roadways that year. That's a lot of people. I mean, in 20 years, it's almost 1 million people dead from traffic accidents. I mean, should not be that many. But most people are horrible at driving, so they do a lot of stupid things on here. I got a lot of videos I posted of people passing on like 2-lane roads, almost causing head-on collisions, barely missing each other, and it just, people risk their lives on the roadways for some of the stupidest stuff in the world. It makes no sense. Risking it all for nothing, essentially. So if you're driving, take your time, be careful, be safe. I've had friends and friends of friends, countless people I've known that just die in traffic accidents. Well, still raining out here. Looks like I might be heading into some clearer area here as it starts raining harder. Car on the shoulder here. Yeah, slide over a little bit. See, you can't even see that car on the shoulder with that truck in front of me. So, you know, by the time I saw it, it was too late to kind of get over at that point. So I don't have anyone behind me right now, so that's definitely a good thing. The truck in front of me is going 68 miles an hour. You heard my distance warning beep go off there, so I can either pass or slow down. I do not have the time to slow down, so we're going to go ahead and slowly pass this guy, hopefully not cause too much of a backup behind me. Not a lot of traffic out here right now. Should be good.
Over speed limit.
I think the rain's slowing down. Maybe even coming to an end.
After 2 miles, keep right.
All right, we're going to stay on Interstate 74 coming up here.
Over speed limit. After 1 mile, use the right 2 lanes and keep right towards Interstate 74 West, Peoria.
Well, let's see what this highway sign says up here. Through traffic use, I-74, work zone delays on I-474. Well, that's good. I didn't need to be on 474 anyways, but I'm glad that's where the construction's at.
Now keep right towards Interstate 74 West, Peoria. Follow the highway. Over speed limit.
All right, so the next rest area I come past, which I have absolutely no idea where it's at, is where I will end the live stream for the day. Could be 5 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles, 30 miles. I'm not real sure right now. Have to look for a sign up here. But it is time for some lunch, I believe, so. What? 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. What the heck is that about? East Peoria. Why in the world this would be 55 miles an hour right here? Pretty ridiculous. Riverboat Casino, that sounds like fun. I got a couple bridges to go over here. They look pretty old and scary. Well, still looking a little rainy out here up ahead. A little muggy and overcast. Well, welcome to Peoria, Illinois. All right. My signal is not doing very well right now. I'm looking for a rest area so I can wrap this live stream up. In case it does cut out before I make it to that rest area, I want to thank everyone for joining in. Thank you for your comments, Pruth. It was a pleasure chatting with you. Hope you stay cool out in your parts there. Be safe. Manus Komar, thanks for your comments and joining in and everything. More road construction. Should be a rest area coming up somewhere here, so. I think my signal is barely holding on at this point.
Over speed limit.
Hey, there's a rest area sign. Hopefully it's not closed. And that's where I'll be wrapping up this live stream at for the day. All right. That concludes today's live stream. I want to thank everyone for joining in. Pruth, it was nice chatting with you. Hope you stay nice and cool at those hot temperatures out there. Menace Kumar, thanks for joining in, chatting, everything. Hopefully, I'll definitely be back on next weekend with some more live streams. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see y'all soon. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.